Baseball season's underway.
I'm a wild boy. I'm a wild boy. I'm a wild boy.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
The Cubs are gonna win.
Waka waka.
Well, that was one fucking crazy, wacky-ass game last night. The Cubs won 7-2, but that doesn't near tell the story. Lester started, pitched well, 7 strong innings, only allowed a run. The 9th inning came along. You figure Rondon's just going to close these shitty-ass Reds out. He hit a batter. A couple hits later, Phillips comes around, avoids Ross's tag by just inches, and the game is tied and goes into extras. And that's where the fun really fucking begins. Let me see if I can remember how it just got so ridiculous. Well, number one, it got to a point where Madden ran out of position players. Like, it actually didn't take too long into extras before he just was out of them. And so during the latter part of the extra innings, you had Travis Wood in left field and Spencer Patton on the mound, and then they kind of alternated from mound to left field. And then in the last inning, you had Strop in left field, which was fucking incredible that Pedro Strop was playing left field. And then the Cubs take the lead in the top of the 15th on a RBI hit by Bryant. And then, to top it off, a game in which the Cubs seemingly couldn't get a hit for like 6-7 innings in a row. Oh, well, Javi Baez comes up and hits a 2-strike grand slam just to right center. And apparently, that is the latest inning in which a Cubs player has hit a grand slam in the history of the franchise. So just a wacky-ass fucking game. I would have loved it if the game ended with Strop catching the last out in left field, but it did not. And actually, Baez, on top of hitting that grand slam, he was like one of the few regulars that was left in the lineup that didn't already have a hit. So that was his first hit to boot in the entire fucking 15 innings. Just a wacky, crazy fucking game. Now the Cubs are 2-0 this week. Poor Reds, their season's, been in shambles pretty much since it started. But what a wacky-ass fucking game, especially following Chris Bryant's, historical game. You go from Chris Bryant, having the most total bases that any Cubs player has had in 100 years, to this crazy game that goes 15 innings, sees 3 pitchers play left field, and then a player that's 0 for 6 hit a grand slam, and they score 5 runs in the 15th, where they could only score 2 in the first 14 innings. Just a wacky game. You get it. That's pretty much all I want to get on here to say. That was a crazy fucking game to watch. I didn't watch it from first inning to the 15th because I got more important shit to do than spend nearly 5 hours watching a game. But every so often I was checking in and be like, well, it's still going on. And then when I saw the shenanigans that Madden was he was playing fucking chess on PCP or something. He was just fucking high. But yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. Well, thanks for listening. That'll do it for another Riz on my podcast.
Hey, Chicago.